Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel. Another day and a pretty good green day. So we're going to enjoy today's session. Everyone likes the price going up, so it's going up, and we're going to talk about that. Bitcoin and Pulsechain prices rally. Is a bull market possible? Definitely looking possible with some of these big institutions coming into the sector. Now there is always good and bad to the traditional investment houses coming in. Especially with their political links as well. But the market, Bitcoin is kind of ignore that. They just don't want their bags to get bumped. And the market's looking pretty juicy, isn't it? So party time, party time. All right, let's get into it, folks. Let's say hello to everybody. We've got quite a big lineup today. We've got a lot of lineup, man. It's going to be crazy. A lot of stuff happening on Pulsechain, ramping up. So it's going to be, I think this is almost going to need two Supermans just to cover it all. It's getting pretty busy. All right, let's see who's in the house. We've got a few people, so let's go. We've got obviously a big welcome from Hex Token. We got Hex Down Under as well. Morning, Superman. Good to see you as well. I got Bello in the house. Hi, all. We got Wookie, and of course, Wookie here comes in, says, hello, all. Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX, and Send Token for the win, 100%. That is the golden strategy, the golden crypto from Rich Art. So very cool. Wookie loves a good bull ride. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. Party time says Knoxville, 100%. Welcome to the chat. Mix. Yo. Good to see you, Mixed. We got DJ in house there. Good morning to you. Harry Williams as well. Yo. Good to see you, Harry, as well. It looks like we've got a bit of a slow start, but we're ramping it up. Who else has jumped in here? We got Brian as well. What's up, folks? Brian's one of our two community leaders. Always a pleasure. Good to see Brian in the house. And Tomba says, morning, Hex Token. Great news that Pulse Punk's minted out everything. We're going to talk more about that later on, so stay tuned for that. We got D-Hex as well. What's up, Hexkins, Pulse-Hexkins? Welcome, D-Hex, to you also. All right, that's 2 minutes and 50. This is going to be our fastest intro. Looks like it. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. We cover Pulsechain, Richard R ecosystem every single day, and archive pretty much a lot of it. So as it rolls out, we're archiving, and it's a good place to be. Now, we've also got a free Discord. If you want to get our Discord, hit the link in the video description. It's free. We've got all the links to everything that you want. And also, of course, we've got an amazing community in there. So get in there as well. We've got Big G in-house. Let's go. 100% let's go. Let's get into it. Let me pull up the first screen. Let's see how we're going here. Bam. All right. Boom. The market. Green. We love that. And, of course, Sandy Beach just managed to drop in there. Sneak in at the end there. Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Hey, welcome, Sandy Beach. Right, here we go. So we've got BTC. Look at this. Beautiful. 28,260. Very strong. Looking good there. Up 5.55%. Hey, look at that. 5555. We like that. So looking good there. That's pretty strong. Now, can we get over that 30,500? That's kind of the key mark. So we're going to keep pushing forward and get into this bull market territory. We've got Ethereum there at 1787. And that is up to almost 3%, 2.9. And we've got BNB at 246, up 1.27%. Looking pretty good. What else is standing out there? AVAX is standing out pretty nicely, up 5.37%, up at $12 as well. And this Stix has been going up for quite a while here. The Stix one, 74.6 cents. And that's up 26%, almost. I think Stix was up yesterday as well, if I remember rightly. All right, so that's been going pretty well. So looking really strong. And, of course, we've really failed, to break down below 25K or something on the Bitcoin. So it seems to be pretty good. And, of course, we've had all this news coming out from traditional markets. So we had the SEC trying to sting all the centralized exchanges and dApps and things like that with their little vague aggressiveness. And then, of course, we've had all the traditional big investment arms suddenly coming in. It all seems a bit too. The timeliness is pretty interesting, right? That's all we're going to say there. But it seems like one could theorize about the coordination there. But anyway, that is that. Let's get into some of the news. So we've had a few things here. This is on CNBC. Typically, I don't follow CNBC, but they've got obviously talking about the EDX crypto exchange goes live, offering Bitcoin and Ether trading, backed by Schwab and Fidelity. So you got these big players coming in from traditional money These guys here, they buy and sell politicians. These are the kind of institutions we're getting coming in. We got EDX Markets first announced its launch plans for a non-custodial exchange in September, about 2 months before the collapse of FTX. The announcement, of course, comes days after BlackRock filed an application to launch what would be the first spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund in the US. EDX also announced it has closed a second round funding with new investors. So they've come into the game there. And yeah, big money coming into the market. Does this mean that we're going to pivot? Are we going to break out into a bull market range? That'd be pretty cool. Get over that $30,500 Bitcoin. So pretty cool update there from that. Now, obviously, BlackRock also filed an application to launch what would be the first spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund in the US. Obviously, many others have tried, and of course, they seem to be getting this preferential treatment, right? Confirmation that despite the crypto industry's back eye from FTX and other bad actors in 2022, the chill from the US regulator this year, long-term institutional interest has not diminished. So the big money still wants to get in, and of course, you've got these big financial houses going to channel that money and make profit on the way in. So that's pretty interesting stuff there. The EDX exchange allows trading of Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash, none of which were named crypto asset securities in the lawsuits the US Securities and Exchange Commission brought against Binance and Coinbase 2 weeks ago. And we're going to talk about that too in a second. EDX has said it strives to meet the needs of the world's largest, most sophisticated financial institutions, many of which remain crypto curious but skeptical of centralized crypto services. And I've said this before, we're only maybe 3 years into institutional investing. That's normally like a 10 to 12 year phase. So we're still very early institutional money. It takes a long time for these boards that are on these trusts and institutions to get their heads around crypto. They're very slow. If you've ever worked in a corporate, you'll know that they're very slow to move. It can be very frustrating. And so they take a little while to decide to put a bit of this in their portfolio. Just the way it goes. So we're still very early days for the big money. If not because of the failures of many in 2022, then because of regulatory uncertainty and remaining players now find themselves in. To quell any fears about misuse of funds, EDX plans to operate as a non-custodial exchange, meaning that rather than handling customer assets directly, it will act as a platform on which a network of firms can execute and settle trades between crypto assets and fiat currencies. EDX also has plans to launch a clearinghouse business this year to facilitate the settlement process, but will keep the customer assets held at third-party banks and a crypto custodial. The company also plans to, it also announced that it has closed a second round funding with new investors, including options exchange operator Miami International Holdings and affiliates. And so that's kind of where they're at the moment. So some big news coming in for crypto, and it looks like the market's responding, right? 28,276. So this is really cool. It's funny how fast things can turn around and after you've had some news there. And we had just had the Federal Reserve, right, doing a no change or pause, but that indicated 5.6% on the federal funds rate, potentially. But there's not a lot of data before that time in July, and we're still got about 5 weeks to go until that meeting as well. So we've got a window of opportunity. Now we've got these big institutions coming in. Pretty interesting. On the other side, of course, is Coinbase being under duress there from the SEC, like Binance. And, of course, good news coming from Paul Grewal here, and that is he is the chief legal officer for Coinbase. And, of course, the Third Circuit just ruled that it will retain jurisdiction over their challenge. That is over the Coinbase challenge to the SEC's inaction on its petition to basic rules for crypto. A further report is due in 120 days. We are grateful that the court will continue to shine a bright light on an SEC process until now has been operating entirely in the darkness, and of course that has. Hey, look, congratulations, Charity Dunning. To see you've popped up there with a member for 5 months. So huge thanks for your support there, Charity. And yes, lots of parties there, lots of parties. Nice. All right, thank you very much. All right, so that's kind of the cool stuff there in their court case. So the industry is not going to be beaten around lightly, and looks like we've had a nice little victory there with the Third Circuit Court. Very cool on the Coinbase. Looking good. And of course, can we continue this momentum, get over 30,500, and get into bull market territory. So keep watching out for that. I think it's pretty critical, and we might talk about that a bit more tomorrow with some more chart analysis on there. But that is pretty much a nice little fundamental summary of what's been churning this over at the moment. That leads us into Pulsechain, of course. Pulsechain, which was down yesterday. Obviously, we had a bit of a rally a couple of days ago, and that cooled off. There was a bit of profit taking, and then we've managed to bounce back up with the market also. The Pulsechain there moving up also. Maybe a bit of Hart's Law going on there. We've got the sacrifice price is now up over 5% above the sacrifice price. We're sitting at 000105 on Pulsechain, up 7.83% on 24-hour basis. We've got 134 billion pulse is burned. PulseX there, 000406. Still a huge discount to sacrifice price. As I say, the launch convergence kind of sort of says they're sitting there, maybe about 160%, 150% value to sitting there. If you think that the law convergence will work, the psychological thing that people will eventually go back to sacrifice price at some stage, and that is up 7.369%. So sorry, 7.36% is the increase today from the last 24 hours. Just slightly below the Pulsechain, interestingly enough. We've got the ratio there. One pulse will get you 2.58 pulse X at the moment. Yeah, that's gone up a bit from yesterday as well. So that ratio is a bit more in favor of pulse there, obviously with the percentage differences as well. The burn on PulseX, of course, 167 billion, almost at 8/10 of 1%. So we're looking really strong as the buy and burn. I think as time goes on, that will certainly play its role in terms of pumping support the pump of the price of PulseX. So we're watching that burn. Early days, right? Early days. We're only on day number 39 at the moment, 39 on the Pulsechain launch. Man, it is ticking through though, right? The days are ticking through. I'm expecting a bit more fireworks once we get to about day 60. So stay tuned for that. I think as we head towards day 60, I think that's when we're going to get a lot of the big protocols launching, and things will really start firing up on the old Pulsechain. We've got incentive token at the moment. We've got up 5.86%. The ratio keeps falling. The ratio to pulse, right? 118,627. So this is pretty much just shedding a few thousand each day on the old incentive token there, despite the price being up there 5.86% at $12.40. So we've got obviously Pulsechain is rising, but the ratio to pulse for the incentive token is slowly shedding. Let's use that rather than falling. It is in the falling arc, of course, but it's kind of shedding a couple thousand each day at the moment. The yields are still pretty attractive on the farming, PulseX farming. So it's just the supply there. It seems to be getting bigger. We're at 3.3 million now. Still relatively small though, of course, compared to the trillions that are in Pulse and PulseX. But hey, it's a number of holders, right? Number of holders too. Hex, of course, had the best day in the office, is it? Looks like it. Hex, the best performer in the last 24 hours at the moment, up 8.46% is Hex. We're looking really good. And of course, 1.35 cents on Pulsechain. And if you combine it with eHex, we're sitting at 2.28% there. Obviously, we really haven't broken out of the range that we're in on Hex, but that's looking pretty good. And of course, we've got some news out from Maximus about Hex as well. So we're going to talk about that later on. Those are the markets, folks. Let's go to the Valdez quickly. Obviously, we've got 134 billion burned on Pulsechain, but we've also got another supply sink we have staking with Valdez. 622.2 billion is now staked for Valdez. That's gone up from yesterday. Very nice. We've got 19,445 Valdez plus 13 entering into the Valdez. So we're very decentralized. And of course, the APR there has dropped down from about 23.9 down to 23.6% since yesterday. Looking very attractive. I think validating is a very attractive option of investing in Pulsechain. Obviously, you need to run your equipment and get up to speed on that sort of technical side of it. But yeah, a very good option for earning pulse yield if you're bullish about Pulsechain long term. So very cool. Looking finally at the gas prices, we got 5 cents for a Pulse X swap. We've got 0.3 of a penny for a Pulse coins transfer, and we got 1 cent there for a PRC20 transfer at the moment. And the GWAI is around beats is around 1.5 million there at the moment. So that's kind of the highlights. Let's have a look at the Pulse X stats though. Transactions up 1%. which is nice. The volume is up a 31%, so that's great from yesterday. Off that lower base, we're up 31%, so very good on the volume, and liquidity is up 6.7%. So we like those sort of numbers. May they continue. Very, very good numbers there. All right, let's jump over to Pulsechain. Let me just get rid of some of these markets here. Let's get into Pulse Burn. So we just were on that site, Pulse Burn. Now they've got some new features coming up that are going to be happening with the portfolio. That is not yet launched. It's one of the tabs on PLS Burn, which we were just looking at, website. And of course, they're going to be adding quite a few things. The portfolio will show all of your Ethereum and Pulsechain balances. It's going to add manual balances as well, handy for validators and LP providers. Going to have advanced price charts. It's going to show your Hex, PLS, PLSX incentive leagues. So if you're in the leagues for those, whether you're a squid or whatever you're going to be, it's going to be showing up there. It's going to show your staked Hex. So it really is going to be a cool portfolio management on there. It's going to hide dust accounts, less than $10. It's going to track many addresses you want, as many addresses as you want. It's going to give your addresses custom names to keep track of them, show assets of individual assets. So it's going to be a really nice little, tidy little portfolio manager there. It's going to protect your privacy, protect your bags, because all of this will run 100% free to use. No ads, and track your bags on all devices. So that's pretty cool there. Some nice little updates as well. Very cool. Might retweet that out. So that is kind of just a little bit of update there from Pulse Burn. Now, they did have something else I want to talk about. They do track stuff there on their website. And I just want to talk about that quickly. We're up the top here. Where we go here. Yeah, they identified that, this is 4 hours ago, whales that are ascending to Pulsechain. Someone just swapped 40,000 Tether for 400 million Pulse on pulseburn.com. So this is the buy feature, right? So if you go to Pulse there, you can use the buy feature up the top right here, and that will allow you to buy. So someone bought 400 million Pulse X on there with $40,000. Very cool, right? And of course, a lot of those cool updates that I talked about was going to be this new product here, portfolio. They're going to be able to track your portfolio there. It seems like it's got all the right stuff. So looking forward to that. Very, very cool. Now we're on day 39 of Pulsechain. We're going to be starting up day 40, probably in an hour, something like that. So excited about that too. So there we are, some cool stuff there from PLS Burn. We've got lots of cool enhancements happening all over the place. That leads us into the charts. Here is Pulsechain. This is on the chart now. So we've looked at the spot price, but here we are ticking out here. It's just like starting to look a lot more bullish. We had our sort of angles resistance here. And then, of course, taken from the top here, had some resistance in here. Looks like we're kind of slightly breaking out to the upside. So we're going to move sideways for a while, get a nice little slow rise here and end this downtrend. It was quite recent. We might have had three waves, but given the current climate, maybe we'll start breaking out to either to move to the side slowly with a slight increase, or are we going to start having a bit more aggressive rally? We will see. But definitely looking a little bit positive here. And this is about to close on my chart at least, on the daily. And that's in about 10 minutes. This is about to change. This about to close, I should say, this candle. So looking good from that point of view. So that is Pulse. Pulse X also looking pretty good there. And of course, well below sacrifice price. Like I say, law convergence, that psychological idea that you'll go back to sacrifice price at some stage, indicates that there's 145% of value in here, sitting here, just easy. Now, normally you're always trying to look at charts and say, where am I going to get some easy value? What's got such a high probability? Well, I kind of feel that this looks like that to me, almost like sitting there, the low-hanging fruit, all ready to grasp. Get out and grasp that. So you just got to have a bit of patience. Got to go have a bit of patience there with the right climate, of course. And we just seem to have the right climate at the moment to back up that psychology. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But that is kind of where we are at the moment. That yellow line is the sacrifice price for Pulse X. Now, obviously, Pulse is above the sacrifice price by 5%. But Pulse X there, well discounted below the sacrifice price. So yeah, despite that big buy there, that 400K buy with the 400 million, we've still got a bit of work to do there. All right, so that is pretty much it. Let's go to the incentive. So this is the incentive token versus Pulse. This is what people get from the yield farms on Pulse X. So on Pulse X V1, I should say, be more specific, we've been in this downtrend. Of course, the shedding. The APRs are still really attractive, like super attractive on Pulse X V1. And here we are just shedding a few thousand each day. We're down to 180,600 Pulse there at the moment. So that is kind of that. But of course, if Pulse goes up, then the price is going to lift, right? So that's what happens there in US dollars. So that is that. Moving to Hex, we've got Hex at 1.357 cents, looking a bit better here. And are we going to see bright, if we get this kind of climate, this bullish climate, if we're moving from, I said we've been in the gray area, right? We've been in the gray area, the 25K, the 28K kind of thing. If we can actually bolster out over the 30,500 and then stay above there for 5 days or so, we've really got the foundations for a nice little bull run. And maybe we get to 40K or something or more. We will see. But that's kind of looking kind of good at the moment. We've certainly got a window of opportunity for it. And we're getting a lot of the right news that we need for people to get excited about the market again. So here we are, 1.357 is where we are on the price there. Not looking too bad at all. We had a low, of course, of 1.2, and we're up at 1.378 now at the moment. So looking pretty good there on Hex on Pulse. Looking at Hex on Pulsechain, on Ethereum, sorry. We've got the price also rallying here. We're back up at 0.9275. We have had a high so far of 9,661, so not quite back at 1 cent on Ethereum yet, but definitely looking better on the old Hex chart there as well, which leads us into Maximus News. They have announced the introduction of the Hex Combinator. Sounds like something from the Revenge of the Nerds or something. The Hex Combinator. You guys probably have to remember that movie, but anyway, introducing Hex Combinator, and we'll probably have some synthesizer music now. I can't remember how the tune goes, but anyway, so too much backflashing there. We got introducing Hex Combinator, the trustless cross-chain Hex Index, and I like this. I've been talking about indexes for some time. I'd love to see a Richard Hart index as well. Maybe something I thought maybe Kinetics team might do, or somebody might do it. It'd be great to get an index, maybe Alex McFed or somebody, or Dipcatcher or whatever. But here we've got a Hex index, and designed to track the combined EHEX, PHEX value. And of course, mint one checks, so you have to mint this token here per one PHEX and one EHEX deposited. So it's the combination of those two. And of course, that means that it's combined price of EHEX, PHEX. Redeem one PHEX and one EHEX per check. So this is the combined price burnt, launched onto Ethereum and Pulsechain. So those have launched and up and running. So pretty cool news there. And 54,000 views on that. So well done to Dipcatcher on that. 54,000 views. That's been obviously widely received. Very, very cool there. Now, one of the other things, of course, is I'm going to post a link to this, of course, in the chat there in case you want to see this. Hex Combinator. Honestly, it reminds me of Host of Revenge of the Nerds a little bit. Let's see how many people know Revenge of the Nerds in the chat there. All right, so Hex Combinator. That is it there. Bam, bam, bam. So that's Hex Combinator. And this is a major solution, says Dipcatcher, for new onboards to the Hex Pulse ecosystem to gain exposure to both EHEX and PHEX with one easy swap, as if they were before the fork. Additionally, this is part of a larger liquidity bonding and indexing solution for the upcoming pool party stakes pool, which obviously you know that Maximus specializes in Hex staking pools. Pool party ones are customized Hex staking pools. I would suggest you might see influencers like Crypto Coffee or somebody. So I normally thought these big influencers might be able to do it. But we'll see. Maybe even the medium-sized ones. The medium-sized. Check tracks the combined value of EHEX and PHEX through a bi-directional dual chain minting and redemption function. If check on one chain becomes worth more than the other, it creates an arbitrage opportunity to buy the lower priced one, redeem, bridge, and remint. So it buys the lower priced one, redeems it, and then bridges it over, and then remints. So there we are. That's the mechanism there. These guys have nothing else to do but do optimizations. I love it. And it's good they're doing it, right? Good they're doing it, thinking through this stuff. Dipcatcher says, due to this arbitrage cycle that keeps the price between check on both chains relatively constant, providing liquidity between the two could be a high yield, a low impermanent loss liquidity strategy if trading volume is high and arbitrage keeps a tight spread. And of course, Dipcatcher says, do not get scammed. I will not DM you. Do not click fake links. I will post the contract address here. Always double check. So that is from a Dipcatcher. So pretty well received there as well. And it is live now. So lots of cool stuff there as well in there. Crypto Coffee says, what would be the ideal way to use this? Create a checks die market on PulseX. and of course it will create that and so forth. So kind of cool. Some questions coming there from big influencers. All right, so that is kind of the play, and we got a few other updates there from Gold Key. Breaking news: the Hex Combinator is now live on Pulsechain and Ethereum. We're going to quickly check the website as well. We just have to pop this up, bam, and we'll go to the website. Let me get rid of that. So that is the site there. Now we're not going to go through all of this on the live stream because we've got so much more to go through. But we'll be talking about this in more depth maybe tomorrow or something like that. But here is the logic as well. And you can connect your wallet and, of course, supply, stuff like that. So you can mint check here just by putting your native hex and your bridge text in, depending on which chain you're on. Right. You can also redeem your checks here as well if you want to cash them in. And, of course, you can go to Combinator DAO dashboard as well. I haven't checked out any of this, but you can check all that stuff out. It's got all the addresses. And so on. So cool. And you can add check to your wallet as well. So pretty easy to navigate, but I won't be covering it in this live stream because it's going to, we've got some more stuff to talk about, And so, but this is a big news, I think, really, really exciting product. So yeah, awesome stuff there. Maximus minting box got in there on the business as well. 154,000 check on Pulse minted. So that's pretty cool. That was 1 hour ago. So definitely people are using it. Definitely looking exciting as well. So we'll see how we get there. Bro says here, check is indeed a game changer. It's not just about creating an index token, but about connecting the Hex ecosystem to two major chains, Ethereum and Pulsechain, bridging these two worlds, fosters an environment where users can navigate easily and flexible. The genius of checks lies in its dual chain functionality, allowing for seamless arbitrage opportunities and keeping the price relatively constant across both chains. This feature can also provide an attractive yield, low impairment loss strategy. Moreover, the simplification for newcomers is promising. Gaining exposure to both EX and PX with a simple swap is a beautiful onboarding strategy, mirroring the benefits as if they had been pre-forked. Proud to see Maximus DAO and, of course, driving the system forward. Yeah, very, very cool. Kudos to them. So nice little product innovation there. And, of course, 1 hour ago, the first 50,000 check on Ethereum has been minted, and the first 350,000 check on Pulsechain has been minted as well. So looking cool there. Very, very nice. So congratulations to the team there, and have had some big wide exposures, so looking good. So that's some cool news between PHEX here, or Hex on Pulsechain, and EHEX here, or Hex on Ethereum. Those two now got a product that combine those up there, and then will help with the arbitrage. So nice. All right, that leads us into the next topic. So we're going to jump through that. We're going to be looking at the Pulsechain projects. Before we do that, though, we've got lots to talk about with the Pulsechain ecosystem. We're going to get into some of the comments in the chat here. Well, I've been chatting away. Where did we get up to here? Check my pulse. Did we get up to check my pulse? I think we may have. Check my pulses in the house. Evening family, 100%. Jaren's in house as well. Whoa, where did the morning go? I don't know. It's going pretty fast. We're 28 minutes on the live at the moment. Caught one of the groundhogs that ate 3/4 of my garden. I just got back from a Mercy ride, dropped him off in the country. That's hilarious. Sounds like something out of a funny movie. What's up, Hexkins? Good to see you, Tin Top. Who else there? Definitely smash the like. Hedgehog says, smash the like button. Who else is in here? Charity says, BlackRock is pretty much is a bit like the devil. The CEO came out on a video a little while ago saying that they were going to force behavior with their investment decisions. Isn't that terrible? We need people that love freedom. We're all the people that love freedom that are running the country. They're not. They're all authoritarians, and they've got bad plans for us. There are bad plans. BlackRock seems to be one of them. But we'll take the money, apparently. We'll take the money. Let's get another Hex token pump, 100% on that Hex token pump. Pump. All right. What else we got going on there? Let's jump through some of these comments. The Bulls are in town. Brennan is here. Hey, Brennan. Let us know any of your price thoughts in the chat there, Brennan. Brent does a little bit of TA, so look forward to your comments in the chat. Stay stronger than most. Time pays, 100%. That's hex.com. Time pays. Where else? There, Hexcavator. Good to see Hexcavator. There's Tomba says that check is going to have low liquidity than EHEX. I'm not sure people will buy into it. Interesting idea, at least. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. That's for sure. Any innovation, we always see how it goes, but the idea is logical. So makes we'll see where it goes. Dipcatcher stays busy making projects. He does indeed, Christian. He never relents. They are great developers in our ecosystem. We're very lucky to have Dipcatcher and Goldkey out there doing some good stuff. Christian says, I'm still haven't got my party tokens yet. You might have to follow up with them on that one. Yeah, I don't think they're out yet. Yeah, I don't think so either, based on that comment we just saw. We got Thomas Turner in the house as well. Good to see you, Thomas, with the Supermans. Looking good. Great products. Yeah, I think so. Pretty good product there. I'll try and cover it more tomorrow, something like that. We'll probably come back to the Hex one there. While they run, stay on the next wave, indeed. Checks is genius, but not staking Hex seems wrong. Well, it's not designed for the staking of Hex, is it? It's designed for buying Hex. Yeah. They've already got staking pools. They're providing both things. They're providing the arbitrage opportunity and also providing staking pools. So, I mean, I think they're doing pretty well there on that one. Charity says BlackRock will wreck retailers next bull. They have government save us through regulations. Yes, indeed. Yes, you're probably right there, Charity. All right, let's get into it, folks. Pulsechain projects. Now, we just talked about the Richard Hart tokens, of course. Pulsex, Incentive, and Hex, and some solutions coming out there. Now, we're going to talk about Pulsechain projects built on top of Pulsechain. And, of course, they're ramping up every day. We see some either news or a new project. So we see some news on existing projects or news about new projects launching. Get on-ramp there, update. The beta version of our on-ramp is working well. Over the coming weeks, we will aim to add features and markets. So they're going to be adding more markets. So some of you want to get access to it. You're not in the United States. You want to get access to it. They are expanding. So next up is going to be the UK, so United Kingdom there. So this is a huge part of the crypto market, right? This is where a lot of the big money is in the US and the UK. So that's going to be giving access. That's kind of cool. Good for Pulsechain, right? Eventually when Pulsechain launches, followed quickly by Canada and Australia there. So Canada and Australia are up next after that. And of course, they are going global. So if you're wondering why they're picking on these 4 countries, it's just easier to get up and running. And then, of course, they'll be going global with that. So I don't think there's any continent they won't have a problem with there. In the background, we're finishing the CST. So CST is Coast. It's going to be the stable coin. Will they be first? So we've got 3 stable coins coming. We've got the Coast team, which is a fiat-backed stable. And then we have 2 forks of Liquidity. One is Liquid Loans, the biggest sacrifice project, over $50 million. They're coming with USDL. And then, of course, we've got the Power City, our other top-tier project, coming with the Earn protocol using, they'll be coming out with PXDC stable coins. So that is going to be very, very cool. Now, those 2 Liquidity forks are going to be different. Liquid Loans is going to be backed by Pulsechain, PLS token, or coin, I should say. And, of course, Power City will be backed by PLSX token for the PulseX there. So we're going to have 3 really strong stable coins. It's going to be awesome. And we won't need traditional stable coins. Once we have these up and running, they'll be very powerful and operate very well indeed. So looking forward to that. But who will be first? Will Coast be first, or will Liquid Loans be first? I kind of feel one of those 2 will be first, and probably Power City coming in third there is my guess. So we'll see. We'll see how they're a bit of kudos, a bit of market dominance coming in first there a little bit. So we'll be seeing as well. So nice on the old Coast. So looking good. So that is kind of cool news there. Working well. So going well there. And of course, you guys know that that's part of Richard Hart's vertical integration, right? Is not just Pulsechain, Pulsex, but a fiat on-ramp, off-ramp, getting that fiat currency flowing into Pulsechain. So they're launching Ethereum, Pulsechain up next. Very cool. With a stable coin as well. It's a double whammy, a double win there. What else we got to go? That's pretty much that. Let's go to Beetroot quickly. Beetroot there has some issue apparently around the employer address. And someone was saying probably that it had lots more in there, but they've only got 123 beats in there. So don't believe everything you're told. Always, even good projects can get a little bit of FUD on them. And that's just the way it goes. But they're doing pretty well. This person here says Beetroot has created and put together the best cryptocurrency tools and dApps that enable anonymity, I should say, and maintaining self-custody while swapping across chains, bridging, and ramping to and from fiat. So you got all these features on Beetroot Privacy Hub as well, which is doing pretty well. So that's kind of cool. What else are we going to say about that? I think that was it from Beetroot there. Been trending as well. The old Beetroot price, like I say, it's one of the 3 projects that have over $100,000 liquidity. So already, stamping their strength there. These 3 projects at the moment. All right. Now, one thing I also want to mention that How to Pulse has a sacrifice open. As you guys know, I'm generally not doing sacrifices projects anymore unless they offer some really, really strong value. And of course, here we are. How to Pulse. Do you have HTP FOMO? Owners of HTP tokens can stake and earn passive income from every sale on NFT Pulse market. Now, we've talked about the big DeFi protocols coming in, Power City, Liquid Loans, Coast, and of course the famous team, all the rest of it, stuff like that. We've got a few other projects popping up in that space as well. But How to Pulse has done education around Pulsechain for 2 years. These guys have been amazing. They've got a big following, and of course we know that that they're going to do pretty huge. Now we've got 3 big NFT marketplaces coming, and How to Pulse is doing one of those, and they're going to have their NFT on Pulse marketplace. We've seen obviously Pulse Punk's doing pretty well. We're going to talk about that next, but they need a place to trade on as well. That there's a lot of users, so this is going to be good for them. Payday every day in Pulse. How crazy, right? And of course, you'll be able to get access to this. Now they've got their sacrifice open at the moment, so you can check that out. I will post the link there. As well. It's still a relatively small sacrifice too, and it's running for a certain period of time. So definitely, if you want to participate in that, one of the top 3 NFT markets there, they've got their sacrifice open, and the sacrifice amount is still relatively small. So that's it just seems a bit crazy. They've got one of the biggest audiences, but sacrifice at the moment is pretty small, which is kind of crazy. Let's have a look at their site. And check it out. So that is it. How to live. It's live. It's 45 days to go until this closes off. So just remember that. Now Power City may get there first with the first NFT market open. They may just be launching with their basic NFT market. But we will see what happens there. And of course, the other big NFT market is Gerado's Mintra market there. So we'll wait and see that. That's had its audits completed. We haven't heard much since the audits have been completed a little while back there. So that is the protocol at the moment. So kind of cool. That is the sacrifice there. So check it out. Let me just go back to How to Pulse, and I'll post this if you want to participate in that. This will be one of the top 3 NFTs. Oh, I've already posted that How to Pulse, so that's all right. All right, so that is that from How to Pulse. And of course, Pulse Punks. Someone mentioned earlier in the chat here that Pulse Punks had sold out. Now we've been covering Pulse Punks on this channel for quite a while now. And of course, Pulse Punks are officially sold out. So there were 10,000, right? 10,000 sold out. History was just made on Pulsechain. First NFT minted on Pulsechain. First NFT collection minted out on Pulsechain. Buy your Pulse Punks now on our 0 fee marketplace. And of course, you can buy them now. Now they've all been issued, you'll have to go and buy them. You can't not mint them. So you could mint them for $1 million Pulse. But of course, now you have to buy them. So that's going to be really, really, when it gets really interesting to see how the market prices us up as well. So thank you, Richard Hart, for your commitment and dedication to the Pulsechain community. What our Pulse Punks community has done wouldn't have been possible otherwise. We appreciate you. Minting is complete. 10,000 NFTs have been minted. Congratulations to all minters there. And they're getting some good views on these too. So 4,000 views on that. Pretty cool. Very, very excited there. So this was launched on the 16th of May. The first native Pulse Punks collection is here. Get ready for Pulse Punks. So pretty cool. Very nice indeed. So well, not launched on the 16th of May, but that's 16th of May. It's coming. So yeah, very exciting. Let's have a quick look at that while we're here. What else? We're gonna have a quick look here. So you cannot mint anymore. Let's go to the mint page, see if it says anything. You have to buy in the market now. Minting is ended. You have to buy in the market now. So in other words, you have to go to this next tab here, market, and have a look here. So what do we got? 10,000 items. That's right. They're all available. There's 1,100 owners. So here's the kicker. Remember that number, 1,100 owners of Pulse Punks. How many will there be in a month's time, in 2 months' time? How many will there be in 6 months' time? Because typically you might expect to see a redistribution around, right? People buy and sell. So that's pretty interesting. So how many are listed? 11.6% of the 10,000 are listed for sale. So what's that? 1,160 are listed for sale. The best offer at the moment is 12 million on one. The floor price is 938,000. Oh my goodness. How has that changed? So yesterday I said that, right? Yesterday I said, it can't last long, right? That cannot last long. So yesterday you could get this for 650,000. There were several of them 650,000. The floor price has gone from 650 to 390 to 938,000. So that was easy money, right? That was easy. That was the other one I said was easy money, other than Pulsechain, right? With the law convergence was this one here, and it's already you would have made mad gains on that. So pretty cool. What's that? 50%. So on the floor price, so it's already gone up there as well. Now remember, the mint price was $1 million, so it's still below the $1 million there. We've got the law convergence as well. We will see. Now it's supply and demand, and that's the play to go there. So pretty crazy. How many sales? 1,700 sales so far. And of course, now that you can't mint, it's going to increase the number of sales, arguably, right? Because people are going to only buy and sell, and they'll be looking for maybe, I don't know what traits they're going to be looking for, just rarity, ranking. In other words, the rank, or they're going to be looking for other attributes as well, things that look cool and other stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. Sales volume 2.53 billion Pulse has been a total sale volume, and 102 million has been the highest sale price. And of course, we've covered that on this channel. Pretty interesting on that one. So pretty cool. Now, I don't know if I connected there. Now, they have a royalty pool. The royalty pool here is 142 million. So I think it's 5.55% of everything that trades goes into the royalty pool, gets paid out once a year. So this making an extra dynamic to this is that if you're holding one NFT, Pulsechain NFT, you'll get some share. Now, obviously, your share of the pool at this moment, there's one in the play wallet here, and you can see that the share at the moment is 14,228. But what's that going to be like in 110 days after all this trading goes on? What's that going to be? It's going to be pretty lucrative. I mean, you might end up getting your money back and more. Who knows? We will see. It depends on the volume going through, but I suggest it's probably going to be pretty exciting. You probably get a fair amount of your pulse back for those that minted as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes on there. So kind of cool. And yesterday, of course, you could have picked these up with the floor price of 630. Now, hey, maybe the market goes down and maybe the floor price goes down. Who knows? The market will decide. It's one thing painting the up scenario since they're all minted out, but you just never know with these. So we'll be watching it though. Super successful start, and it's good to have a solid Pulse Punk or an NFT collection on Pulsechain that's doing very well, structured very nicely, and getting decent attention as well. So we'll be watching this out. Very, very cool. Just the beginning of Pulsechain, man. We know day 39 entering day 40. And this is good news, solid news here for Pulsechain. Very cool. So that is kind of cool. We'll be watching that as well and seeing how much of those rewards, the one NFT that I've got sitting in the play wallet, will get over time. So let's see that. Now, some other big news, of course, we're talking about these big NFTs, the top tier players. We're talking about the Liquid Loans of the world, the Power Cities of the world. They're coming up. And of course, Power City Core gave an update today about their Power City Core. Now, this is where you get the Watt token and you stake it in the Power City Core and you earn from all the other utility dApps. The utility dApps are PulseX Swap, Earn Protocol, Pixel Park NFT Marketplace, one of the three big ones, the Amplifier and the Accelerator. And of course, they've got more in their roadmap that will come down the line as well. And so, yeah, that's looking pretty well. They've currently said that their audits are going well today. I don't have the tweet up because I can't see it on this channel, but that is looking good there for Power City Core. They gave an update saying that the audits are going well, and so that's getting closer and closer. And of course, you can play around with this on testnet v4, right? So many of you may not have testnet v4 anymore in your wallet, but I still have it on the Play wallet, and so you can actually play around on a Power City Core. And here it is here at the moment. This is what the Power City Core looks like. They said today that the audits are going well, so this is progressing. And once Power City, obviously Portal X is already up, but they haven't added Pulsechain yet to it. But once that all happens, this project's going to explode as well. They have a big following, big influencers like KDP and Just Ask Jesse. And they have a big software, big development team behind them, bringing us a lot of the best stuff out there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You can see everything up and running here, particularly these utilities like Wrapper and Zapper and core tokens, all sorts of stuff. So looking good. Can't wait. And of course, stakes there. And then they're going to have the NFT. They've got so many dApps coming. The Portal X, of course, you can already play on that. That's on Ethereum only, but that will be adding Pulsechain. And of course, all the fees there go to buy Pulse, which is pretty cool. So you can do cross-chain over 55 different blockchains, maybe more, over 60 blockchains. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome here. Very easy to use. Man, how times have changed in cross bridges. So pretty cool. All right, so that's looking really cool. That is exciting news, folks. I hope you liked it. Man, was that a great section of projects coming out today? It really is pretty exciting. And the markets are turning over pretty nicely. There is Bitcoin. Sorry, there is Pulsechain. Sorry, Bitcoin. There's Pulsechain breaking out to the upside, looking good. Breaking out of those resistances. There is Pulsex also breaking out of this downward trend here. Look at that. That's clearly broken to the side now. So that's kind of cool. And we've got the incentive token there just slowly shedding a little bit there as, of course, minting, but the APRs are looking pretty good. We've got Hex at the moment and looking pretty good too. Let's hopefully we'll get a breakout of this eventually. We're still in price discovery phase. So just take into account, we've probably up to another 3 weeks is my guess. We could still have volatility, but at the moment we're breaking out, looking a bit better here at the moment with the Bitcoin move. Well, that gets us into Hex Daily Stats. We've got Hex Daily Stats hot off the press there, so we're going to get to it. We're an hour on the live stream. We've got the 20th of June, and of course it's the day 1296. We've got the price on Ethereum at 0.0928. That's a snapshot, up 8%. So it's nice to see a little bounce back there. The payout per T share 6.544 is the payout, looking good. The share rate is up 30 Hex today. It's not waiting for anybody. 27,798. And of course, remember, we're expecting this to be about over 31,000 by the end of the year. In other words, we've got some big jumps coming later in the year. We might cover that tomorrow too. Average money length on EHEX there, or Hex on Ethereum, 7.11 years, 39.11% APY there. The liquidity in the pool, we're up 209 million, so we've actually gone up with the liquidity. So we've got more LP providing there, and the dollars have gone up to 263,000. So we're back over $250,000, and liquidity there, 144 ETH as well. What else are we going to say about that? We've got T-shares are down 7,947. Are you kidding me? Wow. Look at this, folks. We're at 895,000. Wow, that's crazy. T-shares, the ownership pool of X is just getting smaller. In other words, the rewards get distributed to that smaller ownership team pool, and of course, we get more X per T-share. So just the way it goes. The share rate is not waiting for anybody, of course, going up and to the right. 9.3% of Hex is locked now. We've got 184,000 in penalties. So another low day. Look at this. Price discovery phase, and we're seeing EHEX volatility go down. So in terms of the penalties. So these are kind of a bit of a blue clues, and we'll keep watching these numbers, but they're looking pretty good. What we wanted to watch them is with these holders here. So liquid holders, waiting for this. So I'm not sure what's driving this particular number, but the liquid holders are down 166. We're at 330,000, and current miners, they're down 10 to 120,461. So we certainly want to see these numbers turn around as well. And then we've got the holders there up 105 to 573,638 there at the moment. So this number here, maybe it's related to the Hex, that new Hex product launched there as well. Maybe people have drained their accounts to participate in that checks product. Maybe that's what's driven that. All right, so there we are. We've got 12,900, and sorry, 12,000. Not the 12,000. We're at the day 1,297. There we are. Eventually got that out. Looking pretty good. Yeah, if we add the prices together, what are we at? 2.3 cents combined at the moment for Hex. And the penalties looking pretty good. 6.5 for both of them. Looking pretty good. That is looking fun. All right, and we're on day 40 now. Day 40 now for Pulsechain launch. Let's have a look here. Yeah, day 40. Day 40 since the 13th. So we've just started day 40. Onwards and upwards, as we say. Onwards and upwards. Looking good. Let's quickly check on Richard Hart because he had nothing to say in the last 24 hours. So I haven't actually covered him today. As you guys know, normally I cover Richard's updates, but nothing from Richard today. So that's pretty much it. Let's leave it on the old Pulsechain price. Looking good. Looking good. Meanwhile, let's get back to the chat. We're going to see what else has been said. Let's have a look here. We got up to those comments for sure. Brennan says, I believe that June and July could be a bullish month for the markets. Nice. And we're in June now, so that's good. We got up to Charity's comment there. Christian says, GPLX looks interesting, a new shiny thing to explore. Yeah, definitely worth assessing in any case. Good morning, Superman and Super Family from Rod Fitzpatrick. Good to see you. Pulsechain is going to be the king network, says Christian. Yeah, hey, look, with Pulsechain, you're pricing everything up and down from zero, right? That includes the protocols that launch. So there's a lot of opportunities on Pulsechain. Really is a pretty awesome, and it's cheap to do. It's so cheap to do on Pulsechain to participate, which is so good. Let's go. Woohoo, says DHEX, 100%. We're going to need a jump in the chat there as well. Good to see you. Let's go. Power City, says Christian. And it says mega development going on in the ecosystem. Yeah, we're just ramping up, and it's great. We're seeing a few surprise projects come into the mix as well, which is always good, and that's going to continue. Yo, Detached Soul says, and Hexagon Papa as well with the rockets. It's a pretty good FOMO day today. Definitely looking exciting. All right, yeah, there we are, 1062 on Pulsechain, and of course, looks like we got a bit of a breakdown of that resistance, breakout of that resistance, kind of looking good. There as well. Brennan, let me know what you think of where this price is heading. We got Pulsex there also moving up, 4,117, and of course that seems like easy money, as Floyd Mayweather would say. Easy money in the chain there, 143% to get back to sacrifice. Looks like easy money there. It's just about time in my view. Obviously not financial advice, as you guys know, but that's my opinions. And Hex looks like it's gaining a little bit of momentum, doesn't it? The old Hex there on both chains. It looks like it's gaining, just trying to push a bit higher, isn't it? Just trying to push a bit higher there. So yeah, looking cool. And of course the markets there. Nice to see bigger projects in the projects there. Project teams launching, and eventually we'll see the liquid loans, the Power Cities of the world. We'll probably see $1 million plus liquidity pools in those. And what you want to see is more and more of these bigger projects over 100k liquidity. And just getting more growth in there, more users, stuff like that. So that's going to do well for the projects, do well for Pulsechain. There'll be more turnover, more burning on the EOP 1559 burning, and of course more burning, buy and burn for Pulsex as well. Everything that trades on here is bullish for Pulsex. So now that we've got this GPLX here for margin trading, the fact is that that's going to help everyone trading on that. It's going to help buy and burn more Pulsex. And of course, it's more yield opportunities for people providing liquidity. You don't have to participate in risky trading, but you can provide the liquidity for it and get paid. So this is the wonder of crypto. You can't do this in a traditional fiat world, right? You are locked into a basic old system where they try to control you, and that is the banking industry, right? Go to your bank, see what they'll do. They won't do much for you. They'll take your money. But if you're borrowing money, you'll become a slave to them and that sort of stuff. So just remember, and if they're going to offer you money, they're going to offer you very low yields. They're always quick to increase the interest rates. When the central bank increases rates, they're quick to increase their rates, retail rates, but they're slow to increase your deposit rates. Isn't that funny? Even the central banks have complained to them, why are you so quick to raise your rates, but you're so slow to raise deposit rates? Because that's how they play, right? That's how they rock and roll. They're always winning on that side. But in crypto, you can be the winner. Obviously, you got to do your due diligence, make sure that the contract's immutable and safe. But apart from that, you get to access these tokenomics that you just cannot get. And when you talk to the average person on the street that's not participated in DeFi or CeFi, they're clueless about all this stuff, right? They're clueless. They have no idea what you are talking about. You are mad and crazy. But meanwhile, they're earning 2%, and apparently you're the mad and crazy, and you're earning 30-40%, and you're laughing yourself all the way to the Tesla store to buy your new Tesla. All right. Okay. So that is pretty cool on that one. Looking good. We're all here early. Very, very fun. Thank you, Superman, for covering all the daily alpha. Hey, you're welcome there, Anita. Brennan says, I'll add some TA in Discord later today. Super. Haven't got charts up in front of me at the moment. Hey, we'll do, Brennan. Appreciate that. Capelago says, great so Superman. You're an asset to the community. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to wrap up here, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's play out some cool, fun music on the way out. And get into our Discord. You can continue the conversation, either audio or text chat there, and have a lot of fun there too. All right, where are we going here? We're going to wrap up. Let's play out some cool music. All right, take care. Peace out. Bye for now.
Here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada. Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants. And it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants. And it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.